sense about the Congress's preparations in the state of Tamil Nadu? I want to go across to Karthi Chidambaram, Member of Parliament in Tamil Nadu, one of the leading personalities in the Congress party in the state. Karthi, welcome to India today. How confident are you at this moment about the possibility of stitching an alliance with the DMK? The buzz in Tamil Nadu is that the DMK only offering you 20 seats. They actually want to give you only 15. The Congress insisting minimum for 35, even though you were actually expecting 70. So do you think this situation will get resolved in time for these elections? What's your confidence level right now, Karthi?
It happens all the time. The relationship between the DMK and the Congress is not new. We have fought elections together many years, for many years. We have done seat sharing together successfully many times. This time too will be done successfully, and we will win the election when it's held in April. So I don't think you should stress yourself too much about it. I know that the hasten the process now, but the process will pan out very well, as it's always done in the past.
No, because one of the challenges in Tamil Nadu is that this election, Karthi, comes on the back of what happened with the Congress and the RJD in Bihar, where the RJD later came to the conclusion that they gave away way too many seats to the Congress, and if they hadn't, they probably would have just crossed the finishing line, which they failed to do. And therefore, that's the message. The likes of Stalin, Prashant Kishore and the others have taken to Chennai saying, you have to pin the Congress down. If they stay on the ticket, great. If they don't, just too bad.
I think you can't extrapolate the events and the results of Bihar into Tamil Nadu. I've always said that state elections are like a tennis match. Each set is completely independent of another set. So what happens in Bihar or what happened in Bihar has absolutely no bearing on what's going to happen in Tamil Nadu. And as far as the Congress party is concerned, please be very clear. We are not a mere addition to any alliance. We are a multiplier. The minute the Congress party is part of an alliance, it brings in greater heft and greater weight than what it would do when it contests by itself. The minorities get assured that this is a secular formation. That the minorities get assured that this formation is clearly against the Hindutva agenda of the BJP. So without the Congress, no alliance will have that seal of approval and will not be able to have that winning edge. Let's be very clear about that. And the Congress party adds great value to the alliance. And the DMK is very well aware of this.
So Mr. Palanisamy has emerged in the last 1 year as a reasonably competent administrator in his own right. So unlike the Cassandras of doom who predicted that the AIDMK would just implode and fritter away the mandate that they had, it hasn't in the end turned out as bad as some skeptics feared. Now there's talk of the BJP also backing the AIDMK in the campaign, Sasikala possibly in dialogue with OPS and EPS to see if they can fight together and not damage each other's prospects. Do you think that if that were to come true with a little bit of help from the center, that could make it a far tougher fight for Stalin and for you than it would have been otherwise?
Mr. Palanisamy is an accidental chief minister. Everybody knows under what circumstances he became chief minister. Obviously, there was no expectations. In fact, there was negative expectations from him. And so somebody who comes in with negative expectations will always exceed the expectations people have. But it doesn't make him a mass leader. It doesn't make him a popular leader with the people of Tamil Nadu. We will know Mr. Palanisamy state in 5 weeks, and let us see how many people remember him and how many people hang around him after April 6th. So let's leave that aside. As far as the BJP is concerned, please understand the BJP is a rejected party in Tamil Nadu. The people of Tamil Nadu do not like and do not want the Hindutva politics of the BJP. And every time the BJP has an alliance with a formation, it actually drags down an alliance. It's exactly what they did in the parliament election, and they will do the same now in this assembly election. No matter what schemes the BJP devises out of Delhi, whoever they bring into the formation, the BJP-ADMK alliance will be roundly rejected by the people of Tamil Nadu, and the 2019 victory of the DMK Congress will be repeated in 2021.
No, but you're saying the BJP drags alliances down. We saw, for example, what happened in the civic polls in Gujarat. You're also saying that each, and I know that you're very fond of tennis, you're saying that each match is like a set and therefore one set has no bearing on the other. But, as someone who understands tennis, if you're in bad form in one set, it's highly unlikely that somebody who lost 6-love in Gujarat is going to turn it around and make it 6-1 in Tamil Nadu. That doesn't happen. You can pick up trends and in tennis and in politics, and at this time, the trend line seems to be against your party, sir.
And many people, losing one set means nothing in tennis. You still started love all in the next set. And what happened in one set has got nothing to do with another set. What happened in Gujarat. No, I don't think anybody in Tamil Nadu even pays attention to what happened in Gujarat. The only thing we noticed in the last few days is that a stadium was named after the Prime Minister. That's the only news we noticed out of Gujarat. We didn't notice anything else. Tamil Nadu, the electoral results will have nothing to do with the local body elections of Gujarat. So let's not try to, the Gujarat elections will have as much as an impact in Tamil Nadu as Biden's victory in America has in Tamil Nadu.
How do you view Mr. Stalin's candidature and the burden that he carries in this election? Because this is for the first time he's leading the DMK without the presence of Mr. Karunanidhi, the former chief minister. And in the sense of governance and administration, unlike a lot of the DMK leadership, he's actually an untested commodity. Even though he's 70 years old, he's always seen as a youth leader. So he's an untested commodity heading into this election, leading his party and the alliance for the first time.
I think you're misinformed. He's had a very long innings in politics. He's been
But never in any position of power in that sense.
Of course, he was deputy chief minister under Karunanidhi. He was local administration minister. He was mayor of Chennai. I think your researchers are not.
Sir, here's the point I'm making. This is the first time he's leading the party on his own steam without the presence of his towering father, which I'm sure you'll accept is a big void for the DMK and for Mr. Stalin to deal with.
That has to happen at some point of time. I mean, as time goes by, one generation will pass on, another generation will have to step in. And his time has come now. If you're going to say that Mr. Stalin is not experienced, what experience does Mr. Palaniswamy have in leading a formation? What experience does he have in leading any formation? He has never led anything. I mean, I don't think he's even led a campaign on his own. I mean, Mr. Stalin is a tried and tested politician in Tamil Nadu and a far more well-known politician who's got a far greater track record than Palaniswamy. So what are we complaining about, or what are we thinking that are disadvantages? In fact, it's completely advantaged Stalin throughout.
What role do you see TTV Dinakaran and Sasikala, who's now out of jail, play in this election?
See, I have been consistently saying that the entire ADMK will go under the leadership of Sasikala either after the election or perhaps even right now. I don't know whether Sasikala and Dinakaran will merge into the party of the ADMK. This is also a likelihood. They might do it before the election right now. Or definitely after the electoral defeat, I see the entire ADMK going under the leadership of Sasikala. Sasikala will be the undisputed leader of the ADMK because she who's nominated every single functionary of the ADMK even during Jayalalitha's time. So she's got very deep ties with the ADMK and she knows all the functionaries inside out, and she will be the undisputed leader of the ADMK in a matter of, now since the election has been advanced, it's going to be a short order for the election, she's going to become the undisputed leader of the ADMK in a matter of 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, you're playing some mind games on the political field against your opponents.
I don't need to play mind games. I've been playing this consistently for the last 6 months.
Okay, I'll leave it over there. Karthi Chidambaram for joining us with your thoughts. Thank you very much. That's Karthi Chidambaram, Member of Parliament from the Congress Party from Tamil Nadu. He says the seat sharing deal will be done. I'm not so sure about that because the DMK is driving a hard bargain, giving far fewer seats than the Congress wants. Either the Congress will fall in line and accept, or the DMK says they're prepared to go it alone.